Good morning to you once again. Now, earlier this morning, there were allegations made against the police in Mpumalanga regarding corruption, fraud and sexual assault by senior police officers. To respond to these allegations now, I'm joined by Brigadier Leonard Hlathi from the Mpumalanga Police. Mr. Hlathi, thank you very much for coming through once again and totally understand why you would want to clear this up. An allegation that was made just an hour ago by someone sitting in this studio. The allegation stems from, it would appear, a Mail and Guardian report with the headline, and I have it in my hand. It's an excerpt of that newspaper. It says, female cops sent for rape counseling. Subheadline, the police spokesperson said they were not aware of rape allegations against a Witbank brigadier. Please respond to these allegations. Are 6 female officers receiving counseling after allegedly being sexually harassed by a brigadier? Sfiso-Cele.
Thank you for having me again. You know, Toli, we do not have such allegations. There are no cases that have been laid against the station commander of Witbank. And to elaborate further, flaring up to the issue of a psychologist that we have within our midst, she was also made to be said that she was also consulted by these 6, faceless individuals. And she has put in a statement that she doesn't know anything. No one consulted with her regarding those, damning allegations. We have also responded to that effect, that we do not have any case that was opened against the station commander of Witbank. We do not know these faceless individuals that came up with those allegations. Where do they come from and who are they? Up until so far, because those allegations were made last year, up until this today, no one came to the police station to say, I am opening a case against the station commander of Witbank.
Yeah. All right. So, in essence, therefore, why would these female officers make such allegations? These are damning allegations against a particular officer. Are you saying that perhaps there might be some kind of feud between them and this officer?
Yeah, look, there are no cases, Toli, as you are saying that in your comment, that why would they then make, these claims? There are no claims because we do not have any document to prove those allegations. There is no case whatsoever that was opened, clarifying what has been said by, that newspaper. All what we know is that the station commander of Witbank is functioning well. He is unleashing his activities, his functions as the station commander of Witbank. Now, whom came those allegations? But up until so far, those people remain faceless. They have never come afore to tell us who are they. We do not know where are these claims are coming from.
Let's talk about General Mondli Zuma, the Provincial Police Commissioner of Mpumalanga. Is he a card-carrying member of the African National Congress?
Yeah, look, I do not know his political affiliation fully. Only what I know is that my provincial commissioner is the head of police in the province. That's all what I know. I know that he's carrying a card of being a police officer in the province, or in South Africa, I'm sorry.
Well, I say this because there have been clippings here that were brought to us where he is said to be addressing an ANC gathering in his police uniform. What business would he have had addressing an ANC gathering?
Yeah, look, Toli, he was on uniform. Maybe that he mentioned that aspect, that General Zuma was wearing a police uniform. It's a norm. Whenever there is an, threat about a particular meeting, we wear our uniform. Even myself, I'm attending those meetings. As a police officer wearing uniform, I am at work, I'm on duty, I am working. We then, address those people, how should they behave? If ever not, they are not going to behave according to the prescript. Police are here, we are not going to hesitate to arrest them. Not that he's addressing those people as an ANC member, but he is addressing those people in terms of his responsibility as the provincial commissioner of the police in the province.
There was the allegation that was made yesterday by Mandla Botman
Yes.
He was here in studio, and it had to do with the police's failure to protect him, and in fact, him alleging that police are very much part and parcel of the hijackings of businesses in Mpumalanga. Do you want to respond to those allegations?
Yeah, but firstly, before I respond to those, before we forget, he made also damning claims against the provincial commissioner that he is useless. And, making reference that he called him at a particular time when he was arrested for a crime that he did not commit. And on that basis, he saw the provincial commissioner of Mpumalanga as useless. Let me respond to that before we forget. Mandla Botma was arrested in June 2018 for a case of rape. It is true. That case was withdrawn. Not necessarily that it was withdrawn because the facts were unfounded. It was withdrawn because the complainant herself, I do not want to mention her name, she decided to withdraw the case because she said she was recently employed as a contract worker, and she was not prepared to be caught by police nor the prosecution for her to give further statements or to go to court because she was fearing that she was going to lose her job. In that instance, she also thanked the investigator that he did a wonderful job and that she was not any under duress for her to withdraw the case. That party then instituted a withdrawal statement and the case was withdrawn. Not necessarily that Mandla never had a case. There was a case that was hanging around his neck, but unfortunately, he was that lucky that the victim decided to withdraw the case. Maybe we're going to be talking something else today that has been sentenced.
All right.
Now, yes. Now, coming to the issue that our police are dysfunctional in the province, those facts are unfounded. Our prisons are full. Those people did not walk themselves to the cells, but they have been arrested by the police in the province. We are effective under the leadership of Lieutenant General Montezuma. We are working at police. All those people, police that are corrupt, we have arrested some and we are still investigating some. And not only in Mpumalanga, you should remember. Even the minister also speaks that there are good cops, there are also bad cops.
Yeah.
All around in the country. You often do get those rotten potatoes, but we're dealing with them.
All right. So rotten potatoes do exist within the Mpumalanga Police Service. Let me ask you this question then. People like Mandla Botman, people like Pompi Letwaba, who were here earlier, some people may regard them as whistleblowers. These are people that claim there's been corruption in Mpumalanga. Mandla Botman, in fact, he prides himself for having exposed the rot at Eskom, and as a result, senior executives who led Eskom in the Kusile power station in Mpumalanga are now before courts. The police, do you see people like Mr. Botman as whistleblowers and people whose lives should be protected by the police?
No, we view them as people who are tarnishing images of other people. That's all how we view them. Because if they've got allegations that they can prove, they must bring them afore, and such will be assessed accordingly. But if ever they're going around, mentioning people, depicting them as criminals all over and doing whatever that they so wish, to us, they're just going around tarnishing images of people. So that's not how we work.
So despite the fact that you have these senior Eskom executives who are facing charges in the courts of law, in part because of what Mandla Botman and others have done, you still view him as someone who is just out there to smear people's names?
You're mentioning a court. Then Mandla must go to court and testify if ever there are allegations that he's having against those senior officials of Eskom. Or not, the court will then summon him to go and testify before the court. But to us, there is nothing that suggests that these individuals are at risk.
Leonard Hlathi, let me thank you very much for your time.